Hello Flight Simmers, Two Shot Cowboy here, and we are back in Microsoft Flight Sim 2020. And today we're going to be doing something a little bit different from the videos that we've been doing already, or I've been doing, because we are going to fly in the United Kingdom. So I live in the UK, and I know I've been doing the flights in the Bahamas and Florida because I like it over there. The weather's nice, so it's a good place to fly. But I'm going to start doing a series of flights around the UK. And we're going to start today with a flight from an airport which is not far from me here at Liverpool Airport. Not a very long drive from me, about half an hour's drive. And then I'm going to take off from Liverpool. We're going to fly up the coast, following the coast, and we're going to come in to Blackpool Airport, which is just a little bit further up the coast, and we may have a little scenic fly around the coast of Blackpool just to see what there is to see there in Flight Simulator, and then we'll land at Blackpool Airport. So not a hugely long flight today, but in the true spirit of British flight training, where generally the planes that people tend to learn to fly in the UK are about 30 years old. So we're going to fly the Cessna 152, which I haven't flown yet in Flight Simulator at all, rather than the 172, which we've been flying a bit, and the Cessna caravan and things like that. You won't find a huge number of caravans flying around in the UK. So so that's what we're gonna do. Liverpool to Blackpool. We've popped a route in just in case the weather is bad, because it's not very nice today, and Cessna 152. So let's go fly. So I hope you're all well. How you've all been having great fun flying with Flight Simulator, if that's what you've been doing, or watching people fly with Flight Simulator if you haven't quite got as far as flying yourself with it yet. But I do encourage everybody to have a go. I mean, it's not one of those things that you need to be a pilot or you need to have a huge amount of flight experience to get into. There's flying lessons available in Flight Simulator, and you know, maybe you'll get the bug to fly in real life, or maybe you'll just really enjoy doing Flight Simulator and seeing bits of the world from above in that way. So we're looking for the wind is quite nice. I've looked out, it's 270 at 6 knots, was it? 270 at 4 knots maybe at Liverpool for takeoff, so that's great. Wind doesn't look like it's bad today, but it is fairly, as you can see now, it's wet and cloudy, so visibility is not good. Yeah, so let's do our best with this. We'll see how we get on. And we're at the fueling spot, so it's asking us now. I'm going to go with 50% fuel. That's okay, that's absolutely fine. And here we are in the 152. And if you've watched any of my earlier videos, you'll know that I don't like the sitting position that they give you in these planes. I prefer to be seated just a little bit higher up, so one press up on the button for me usually does it, just to get you to look down the nose of the aircraft. Makes it a little bit easier for landing, a little bit more realistic in my opinion. So it's dull today. Look at this. Look at it, it's horrible. Might have to fly IFR out of this, but we'll try. We might have to stay very low, but we'll try a VFR flight today. The wind is okay, as we said. So I have no idea what you do to start this in Flight Simulator, so I'm going to try following the checklist as I've said before. And so let's try fuel shut-off valve open. So open fuel shut-off valve, so that's good. Brake set and test, so I could check the brakes. There we go. So I have toe brakes on my throttles, they seem good. And we can go with that, and then we'll go to starting engine. So mixture rich, so there's the mixture control, the red one there, fully in for rich. Carburetor heat to cold, it's on cold now, yeah. Prime as required, so we will prime with the primer. It's basically a manual fuel pump. A throttle open 1/2 inch. There we go. And master switch on. Trimaster on. And ignition to start. Let's have a look at, where's my RPM? There we go. Just bring the RPM back to 1,000. Just keep the engine warm. There we go. So started, throttle adjust for 1,000. Oil pressure's in the green. It's nearly in the green. So so here's a call. So in real life, it wouldn't be in the green there, but I'm going to call it in the green. It's on the green, and we're in Flight Simulator. And then what's the final one? Flashing beacon. So I should have popped my beacon on before. I'm going to pop my nav and taxi lights on now. Sorry, landing off. Nav, beacon, pitot heat switch. I'll wait for a minute and we'll get... Oh, blimey, is that that's the only light there is? Jeez Louise, well, we're going to need some light because it's very dim. But that's very bright. It's slightly annoying. Let's have a bit of air pull and heat. Okay. Up ourselves back up again. And let's go before takeoff. So we'll just turn that off and we'll go to air traffic control and we'll turn Liverpool ground. In fact, let's get the ATIS first.
Liverpool Airport information, Whiskey 1300 Zulu. Wind 173 at 19er. Visibility 5 in heavy rain. Sky condition, few clouds at 1,100 feet, few clouds at 4,100 feet, few clouds at 12,100 feet. Temperature 13, 2.10. Altimeter 29.908. ILS runway 27 in use. Landing and departing runway 27. VFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact you have, Whiskey.
Okay, so just waiting. I missed the altimeter, so I'm just waiting for it to scroll along. 2998.
Liverpool Airport information, Whiskey 1300 Zulu. Wind 173 at 19er. Visibility
2998.
heavy rain.
Excuse
Sky
me.
condition, few clouds at 1,000.
Tune Liverpool ground. So we have 173 at 90 knots for wind, so it's a little bit different to what I was told it was in the intro screen of Flight Simulator. But hey ho, we'll still go. We're okay with that. So we're going to depart to the north. So we're going to ask for a taxi.
Liverpool ground, Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra with Whiskey request taxi for takeoff departure to the north.
Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra taxi to and hold short of runway 27 via taxiway Alpha. Contact tower on 126.355 when ready.
So taxi into 27 via Alpha.
Taxiing hold short runway 27 via taxiway Alpha Cessna X-Ray Golf Sierra.
Not entirely sure where we taxi here. Where's the it's over there. Okay, so I somehow have to get back from somehow I need to get back from this stand. Ground services, request pushback. So normally with these aircraft like the Cessna 150,
Liverpool ground,
we would
Cessna
just
Alpha Sierra
pull them
X-Ray Golf
ourselves, so
Sierra
we'd just
requesting
lift them, pull them
pushback.
by the tail, tilt them on the back wheels and tip them round to the right position
Liverpool
before
ground,
starting up. So
Cessna Alpha
a
Sierra
little bit
X-Ray
unrealistic
Golf
to
Sierra, no
request a
pushback tug
putback,
is available to answer your request.
and it can't give me a pushback. So I don't really know how I get away from this stand now in Flight Simulator. So I'm going to do something very, very unrealistic and very, very unprofessional, and I'm going to just drive and turn, and we'll crash into the fuel pump thing. There's nothing we can do about it because there's no way to get out of this situation. So parking brake is off. We'll give it a little bit of throttle, and we'll turn to the left. It turns nicely anyway. It turns a lot nicer than the 172 did that we were in the other day, and goes a little bit faster. So we're going to taxi out to 27 runway 27, and then we'll take off and go up to Blackpool. Pop the flaps down. Bit of flap for takeoff. So this aircraft taxis a lot better than the 172 or the Caravan. It's taxiing along now, and I have got a little bit of throttle in, so it seems to be a lot smoother on the taxi. So I don't know whether that is this aircraft or whether that is because something has been updated in Flight Simulator, because I'm aware that I think there's been an update. So that may well also be what's happened here. So let's just pop up to air traffic control, and we will tune Liverpool Tower. We'll come to a stop here at the runway 27. There we go, runway 27. So Liverpool Airport's right on the estuary. So we'll take off, we'll go over the water, and the city of Liverpool
Tower, Cessna Alpha Sierra
will be on
X-ray
our
Golf
right-hand side.
Sierra ready for north departure at runway 27.
Cessna Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra cleared for takeoff runway 27 north departure approved.
I got approval for takeoff, so we are going to take that takeoff clearance, and we are now going to, before takeoff, parking brake set, fuel shut-off valve open, it is open, mixture rich below 300 feet, strobe on, parking brake release, and normal takeoff with 50 knots to lift, carburettor heat cold, so we only want to keep that in. Throttle full, lift nose wheel, and then page is complete. So let us go to landing lights. We're cleared for takeoff, so landing lights on. I'm going to put the pitot heat on. I'm going to keep the dome light on because it is very dark. Welcome to the UK, everybody, where it's wet and cold. Even in, well, I was going to say August, but it's now the 1st of September, which is why it's like this. So, nothing on approach that I can see. Nothing on the runway. And we're lining up. Oh, I've got myself all messed up with my mouse now. Looking good. Let's go. Smoothly apply the power. Oh, it's windy. 50 knots. And we're off. Little bit of rudder there. Not too much climb.
Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra, continue for north departure. I will contact you next when you leave my airspace.
Flaps up. And we are going to have to stay very low today because there is no visibility. And because I chose the 152, which now is seeming to be like a bad choice, I don't have a GPS, so I can't even.
Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra, did you copy?
So we're nearly at 1,000 feet here. ATC has wanted to hear from me.
Liverpool Tower, Cessna Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra, continue for north departure.
So we're continuing for a north departure. We should definitely have planned an IFR flight. We're going to follow down the coast here, down the front of Liverpool. So Liverpool's on the right here. You can't see any of it because it's very, very, very cloudy and horrible. So yeah, there we go. So I'm just going to take the power back and descend a little bit down, see if 500 feet will give us a better view. Obviously this is not an ideal situation. Hopefully the ILS is in use. It's quite bumpy. Hopefully the ILS is in use at
Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra, you are leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
So there we go, we're just going to fly along the side of the city now. The good thing about the 152 here in Flight Sim, it is quite stable actually, quite nice to control. There we can see Liverpool, we're just flying over Liverpool there, city of Liverpool. I'm just hugging the coast really here at about 800 feet. I'm going to descend a little bit more so we can get, I can see. We're going to continue.
Liverpool Tower Cessna Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra frequency change.
We've not done very well here with planning this flight today. Ah dear. Back at 1,000 feet, but we'll come down from there. Now we're flying right over the centre of Liverpool. I'm going to actually try and get out over the middle of the. Can you see what I'm actually being pushed by the wind? So I'm making a turn out over here, but I'm not really going anywhere. I'm going up, so I need to come down. It's quite windy. It always does this when you go outside. It changes the controls of the aircraft. Don't really get that. But hey ho, there we go. So yeah, terrible weather today in Flight Simulator and in real life, hence why it looks like this in Flight Simulator. Are we supposed to contact somebody else? Yeah, we're supposed to contact Liverpool Approach. Just level off there. Down near 500 feet now, so I can get a better view of the coastline. Basically we're flying to the north, like flying out towards the sea, and then we're going to follow the coastline up towards Blackpool Airport. Quite bumpy, quite weathery today. So I've asked for
Liverpool Approach Cessna Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra is type
following.
Cessna 152 5 miles south of Echo Golf India Charlie. Request flight following.
Cessna Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra Liverpool Approach. Squawk 1764.
176 and ident.
Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra radar contact 4 miles south of Echo Golf India Charlie 700 feet. Altimeter 29.96.
Got that. 29906. Knowledge radar contact. So we're on the radar now. And
Copy,
actually,
Cessna X-ray Golf
our
Sierra.
weather is improving quite considerably. So that's good. We're at nearly 1,000 feet, and we're not struggling at all with visibility. So that's good. That's improved. So we can see a little bit of the ground there, a little bit better. I'm going to make a turn here, just
Cessna
fly
X-ray
across the
Golf Sierra,
corner.
contact Blackpool approach on 119.905.
And
119.905 for Cessna X-ray
stay down
Golf
at
Sierra.
1,000 feet. Contact Blackpool approach. Contact Blackpool approach.
Blackpool approach Cessna Alpha
Down
Sierra
inside.
X-ray Golf Sierra 1,200 feet.
Cessna Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra Blackpool approach, continue as planned. Altimeter 29.96.
We're going to ask for Blackpool. We're going to choose Blackpool, and we're going to request a full stop landing. I think we're a few miles away
Blackpool
yet.
Tower Cessna Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra is 14 miles south with Quebec to land.
Cessna Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra Blackpool Tower. Enter left downwind runway 28. Altimeter 29.906, wind 18 tree at 24.
Oh man! So we've got runway 28, Blackpool, altimeter 2996, wind is 183 at 24. So that's a 24 knot crosswind. So that should be interesting in our 152. Very interesting indeed.
Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra, did you hear my last transmission?
Oh, I did. I was just looking for a
Enter
chart.
left downwind runway 28 Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra.
So I'm going to need to find a chart for Blackpool in floor flight because I'm going to need some kind of direction aid in order to find it here. So I'm going to clear my current route. Oh, we've disappeared over the side. That was my fault for not paying attention. I think we're doing alright though, on the basis that our weather is not as bad as it was previously, although we do seem to be going into a patch of rough weather again.
Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra, cleared to land runway 28.
Now we're cleared to land,
Wind 18 tree at 24.
but we're not quite there yet. So we're cleared to land when we get there.
Cleared to land runway 28 Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra.
Runway 28. So we're going to try and tune some of the nav aids for 28. It's like you leave the plane for 2 seconds. You take your hands off the controls for 2 seconds and it goes a bit mad. So I'm going to bring the plane down a little bit to about 1,000 feet. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to try and tune in Blackpool, which is 108.15. So on the nav here, change 108.15. Pop that in. There we go, and the course will be 096. No, 276. 276, roughly about there. So that is our ILS landing. That's our ILS information, and we're just going to try and find another nav aid here, which we're going to use. Which one? Should be one for the end of. Nearly at 1,000 feet. So I'm cheating just a little bit here. I am going to flight events, which is a way that it's a little program for tracking your aircraft in ForeFlight. So just so that I can see where the aircraft is here at ForeFlight, I'm going into flight events, and I'm going to descend down to 500 feet because I am approaching the airport now. So a little bit of cheating going on here. We are just slightly above the glide slope, and we're obviously slightly to... Oh, there it is, there's the runway. So we have the runway, so flaps down. Flaps full, and we'll make an attempt. Look at the side going completely sideways here. So I do need to actually get a little bit more on track before we can crab in sideways in this way. But we're basically going completely sideways. So yeah, very windy today here in Blackpool, very windy indeed. And we are pretty much side on coming into land. Pretty much side on, and that was a mistake there. Shouldn't have gone outside there. So let's just pull off some power, and we've got a bit of rudder in already, but we're going to need a bit more rudder to land in this. Just letting the aircraft crab as it comes in a little bit high. A little bit windy. And just gonna straighten it out now. There we go. Whoa, windy. Windy. So there we go. Welcome to Blackpool,
Cessna
and
X-ray Golf Sierra
a nice
turn
little
next
crosswind
taxiway.
landing. I don't know where we are now, but let's have a look on the map. Have a look on the chart. We came in 28, so there should be a taxiway we can turn off here. We're going to go off to the right anyway. Flaps up. Well, that was a very
Cessna X-ray
interesting
Golf Sierra
flight,
contact ground on
very
118.4.
interesting landing. And we'll contact ground.
Going to 118.4 Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra. Blackpool ground Cessna Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra taxi to parking.
I think we'll be just going straight forward here on
Cessna Alpha
taxiway E.
Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra taxi to general aviation parking via taxiway Charlie Delta Bravo.
Okay, yeah. Taxiway Charlie. Where's Delta and Bravo? I think it's this one here now. So we'll just knock the strobe and
Cessna
the
X-ray
landing
Golf
light
Sierra, did you hear my last transmission?
on. We did, but we were busy fiddling with stuff.
Taxiing to general aviation parking via taxiway Charlie Delta Bravo Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra.
So I hope you enjoyed today's little flight from Liverpool to Blackpool. It was quite interesting, quite a bit of a varied weather situation. Oh, it's still windy. I think that's Delta, and then we want to go right here onto Bravo. Yeah, varied weather situation today. Only just suitable for the Cessna 152, but an interesting crosswind landing, 24 knots there. But seemed to work very well. Got it down. Just going to taxi to the parking. I like to taxi in and out, start up and shut down the aircraft. Makes it feel a bit more realistic. In real flying, you don't turn up and the aircraft is ready with the engine running at the end of the runway. You have to do all this stuff, and you have to know how to do it, so it kind of makes it a lot more realistic. To do that, we're just going to park in here where these two guys are there with their pushback thing, because then at least we can get a pushback. Oh, we're being wove. That's the first time I've ever been ushered in with the Cessna 152 in that way. So there we go. We have parked Cessna 152. We have flown. It has been lovely. Pull the mixture out, stop the engine. Thank you very much. It's been real. Speak to you soon.